Hello, welcome to this recording on how to add a user-defined field into the mobile warehouse solution for SAP Business One. My name is Tyson McMurran and I do enablement for partners with Protomix. Should you need to get a hold of me, my contact information is here. So today we're going to be covering off adding user-defined fields into the mobile device. We have a customer that wants a receiver to know the document delivery date of a purchase order and whether or not they should be inspecting that order. In other sessions, we'll cover on how to write data back to Business One and how to validate data. But for right now, I'm just going to show you how we're going to get these user-defined fields onto the handheld device. So you can see here that I have a purchase order in SAP Business One and I have a user-defined field that I've added called inspect, and on this purchase order 486 I have this set to yes. When we go onto the handheld device here and we call up our document 486 and we go to receive it, you can see that there's no document delivery date, and there's also no inspection note here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add two fields here to tell the user when we are expecting to get it and also whether or not they need to inspect this. So to do that, what we do is we go into SAP Business One user-defined tables here and we call up our customization field table, and we're going to add some records here, and we can set up the field display type, and we're going to give this a document name. So the document name that we're going to give this is del date, and on the field type we'll just have it as a string, and the label I'm just going to call this del date, and the module that we need this in is Mobile Warehouse 9. And do we want it read-only? Yes. And then what screen do we want this to load to? So this is where we can go to the handheld here, and if I go to the receive, this is the screen that I want it to go on. So in the settings, when you select your company, there's a customization assist checkbox. So I've turned that on in my handheld. So I click it and it tells me what screen I have the call on here right now. So I'm just going to call up this goods receipt PO line screen here, and I'm going to paste that in here, and I'm going to update this first table, and now we have delivery date added. So we're going to just add in inspect here, and again we can set up different fields, and I'm just going to tell it what module it's loading to. And this one, again, we'll talk about in other sessions how to write data back. So today these are read-only fields. And now I'm going to update this table. And if we go back into the handheld device here, we'll close my customization assist, and we'll go in and we'll click the receive here. And you can see that now I have a user-defined field saying del date, and it's a blank data, and inspection, and there's blank data here. So what happens is we've added these user-defined fields, but now we have to tell the handheld device that when it loads the data to go and pull information for these fields. So to do that, what we do is we use the query manager within Business One. So I'm just going to open this up. I'm just going to copy this load instructions here, and I've saved the query here, and I'll just explain what it is. I didn't want you to have to sit there and listen to me type and figure out a query. But what I'm doing is I'm selecting the document due date as del date, which is my user-defined table name, and my u_inspect as inspect from purchase order, where the document number equals what the system's calling, which is the text purchase order number here. So on the handheld device, if we go back to the customization assist here, you can see that this field text purchase order is calling 486 Acme Associates. So we've just broken out the string here just to grab the 486. So now what we'll do is we have this query, we know what field it's calling, and I'm going to save this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this, and this is where the mobile warehouse needs to know when to trigger these queries. So what we do is when we're running the mobile warehouse 9 and we open up the goods receipt PO line screen, I want it to load this data. And as I said, later we'll cover validation and writing data, but for right now, I want, when it loads this information, I want it to pull that information through. So now if we go back to the handheld device, and if we just refresh the screen, you can see that it's pulling in the delivery date and the inspection field. So if we go to another document here and receive, you can see that inspection's blank on document 482. And if we go to the purchase order 482 here, the reason is that that field right now is blank. So if we set this to yes and update this document, and if we just come back in and reload that screen, you can see now that it's telling the receiver to inspect that as well. So this concludes how to add a user-defined field and how to have it call data from the SQL or HANA database and to copy that in. And as I said, later we'll be covering sessions on writing data back to Business One and data validation. There are a good video called Customization in the YouTube channel that talks about this information, but we will be breaking these sessions out into separate little pieces. Thank you for your time and have a great day.